Julian Wilson now will take on Connor O'Leary, the rookie, who served Kanoa Igarashi the first round 2 loss of his championship tour career. So Connor, he'll have a lot of confidence going into this one, built nicely after a pretty sad first round effort. Julian Wilson, on the other hand, he came out of the gate strong, one of the highest.
Those two, styles of surfing, and the judges have to decipher it. And right out of the gates, we've got Julian Wilson, and I believe, this was one of my picks for a world title contender this year. And my reason being, he's just fired up. I think he's kind of settled in, and I don't think he'll make many mistakes. I think he's going to be on point in this event here. We'll really see where he's at. I mean, if he gets into that quarter semifinal, I think that'll help him with his vibe and his, bid for that final first and ever world title.
He featured in the finals here at the Quiksilver Pro. He's up once again on the inside. Almost an awkward entry into that barrel. He did well to get control back, but he lost it in there somewhere. Now Connor O'Leary, the surfer from down there at Cronulla in Sydney, he drives up into that second section, just whipping his board vertically. A big lad like Owen Wright. And when he throws down a major turn, you really know about it. His wave's standing up now on the inside. And Connor getting some critical turns done here. Still looking for more. Gets caught behind here for a moment, though. And he'll go down. Definitely always had a lot of talent, Connor, but he was a bit of a late bloomer. He's really come on strong these past couple of seasons, obviously.
There's that turn.
What an arrival.
Again, just different angles of approach. You have to have that variety. A little bit more challenging when you're doing it on your backhand. And these sections are similar each and every time because it's such a perfect sand point that you do have to kind of mix it up. So good start both for Julian and Connor here. Love this angle from up top, and you can just see how ruler edged this sandbank is, the super bank. I mean, semi-man-made. No, it is man-made, really. I mean, it's natural point, but the sand being transferred over, just developing this beautiful, gosh, look at that, right over the top, bird's eye view. See the golden sand. So beautiful start for both these surfers, for Julian and Connor. You see those, the most accomplished backhanders know how to get that board above the hips on the, you can see they tuck their head. Look at, there's that one, just straight up, past vertical. It can be, sometimes we talk about kind of like that pivot, but again, I don't mind it as long as you mix it up with different other backhand carves like this. This one, way out on the shoulder, but he carves back into the pocket.
Real quality there, high impact. Just making some comparisons to Owen, though. He's sort of placing his board there, so you wouldn't expect that wave's maybe going to go into the excellent range. I think Connor's got those moves, and he'll look to drop a couple, and he'll have to drop a couple against Julian Wilson if he's going to get into the excellent range.
Yeah, I agree. It's much more round in Owen's approach. Taller guy, 6'3", but he has that he carves through the top turns.
Here's Julian Wilson. First wave was a 5.17. Julian, much like Fanning, looks like he's got a really solid piece of equipment under his feet. Haven't seen him catching too many rails in his free surfing sessions. Looked really sharp in the first round. Has some steep face to deal with here. And is starting to bash away a variety of moves, but can't complete that final turn.
Get yourself another one. He is a Gold Coast guy. He's got his factor here.
Didn't even get to my feet, sadly. Here's the replay of Julian's last ride. So a 5.17 opener. Connor O'Leary got the better of Julian. So he'll be really fired up. It's going to be an uphill battle for another one of our title contenders in this clash.
Beginning of this wave carried a ton of speed for those 3 maneuvers. It was all nicely paced all the way across that top section. Then here sets up the inside section. Nothing super special here, and then he falls.
That's going
to affect the score. We didn't see any interview footage or, or free surf, nothing.
Well, here we go. Julian Wilson taking off now. Nice first turn, making no mistakes on that effort. And this is under priority, so Julian's digging in hard. It's a medium-sized ride. Behind him, Connor O'Leary has a bigger wave, but Julian's getting some major turns executed as he rolls through to the inside. Stalling for the tube now, finding some cover, really showing some variety on this wave is the 28-year-old, and still looking for more as he kicks that tail free, spins it into reverse. Behind him, though, Connor O'Leary is dumping quite a bit of power on this long-running right-hander.
Love that shot. You get to see both surfers surfing their wave to their full potential.
He's sucking in the big ones now, Julian. That was a very busy wave.
Well, I'd hope you would. I mean, it's really important. You've got that 30 seconds as you watch this replay here. That outside section, he looked like he picked it up a bit, right? A little extra speed involved, really wanting it. And then here, parks it. Get to see the nose of his board, but great technique. And then gets the finish with this little blowtail. Spins it around, nice and relaxed. Great start, good middle, strong ending. I think that's a very well executed wave. And this is on the outside, so the first snap, I feel like he missed that timing-wise, and then a little stumble, but now finally gets to the open face, and this is where the best part of his wave is. But you can see stumbling and not really holding it together. So this score here is going to be, probably into the. I mean, that was a good wave, and to have those couple mistakes, and it's going to affect the score. But that two-turn combo was his best part of that wave. I just don't feel like it's going to do.
Layering and being a little patchy, but at the same time, I think Owen was a little patchy in that first heat, wasn't he? Here's Julian, yeah, ripping on one, boys.
Definitely. And here we go, Julian. Let's see what he can do with this one. Last wave came through at an 8.77. It was a medium-sized ride. He blitzed it all the way through to the inside. This one has a fair bit of downtime before standing up here on the inside. Julian starting to find his rhythm. He kicked off this heat looking a little out of sorts, but he's warming up. You push those top guys up against the ropes and they'll fight hard. 7.33, and he's taking off now. Let's see what he can do. Chasing a 7.38, and Connor, he has been impressing with this backhand attack. A medium-sized wall to work with, a couple of stumbles on his last ride, but no mistakes so far on this wave. A smaller ride has already collected some pretty decent numbers, you'd think. And this one's going to get away from him now on the inside. 5.5 minutes to go. Julian Wilson, deep, pulling into the barrel, finding some cover. This wave staying open for him. Can he find the exit?
That would be amazing if he did.
He's not going to, Pete.
Yeah, good. I like your resilience in watching to make sure that he was not coming out of that, but that one ran really quickly.
It sure did. Well, this is a very interesting heat. This next score is going to be critical, but have a look at this barrel ride. So much time behind the curtain.
Well, and so in a bigger barrel, you could start to kind of really get true pumps in there, but that one, as it started to funnel and get smaller and smaller, at that point, you just really don't have the room to get that drive out of the board.
Julian up once again, floating out onto the open face. Just a setup carve, couldn't see the potential down the line. He kicks out, just under 5 minutes to go.
Be right on that same kind of level that he'll need to turn the heat, but it's going to come down to Julian and trying to better his low score. As we watch this wave again, I like the speed that he carries and the transition in and out of those turns. It almost feels a little rushed. You know, I guess in comparison to the other backhander we've seen today, which is Owen, it's a lot more different, little different pace. So, you know, you see how quickly he whips that board through the lip.
Julian Wilson needs a 6.16. He has second priority. Connor's going to keep him off this one. 35 seconds to go. Was this a wise decision? This wave stretching out. It was never going to be a wave that Connor was going to able to improve on the 7.33. I think you can start celebrating. There's no waves coming our way. Our second, you'd have to say, big upset of the event today. Julian Wilson sent packing. The rookie is through to the 4th round.
Amazing, you know, and that wave that he put together, judges liked it enough to get him through. Close heat. We've had tons of close heats